it has been, it's from a coaching perspective, there's been some nightmare moments in this Oilers-Kings series. Blown leads, come from behind, Oilers tie it, then give up a rough goal in game one, but they've been persistent. From what you've seen, how much of this is credit to the Oilers for stepping things up? We talked about it earlier. Shots were 33-13 Edmonton in the third and overtime yesterday. And how much of it is LA? I don't know if it's subconscious, if it's by design from the coach, that they just take their foot off the gas, it seems like, and let the door open for Edmonton.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. LA was going to that. It's almost like a 0-5 forecheck. I mean, they weren't even across the red line, and I get it. They do defend well, but you just saw Edmonton just went at them over and over and over again, and there wasn't a lot of scoring chances at the start. They had no choice. They couldn't get anything on the rush, which was by design for LA. So they had to chip it in and go get it. But eventually they ended up wearing them down because LA is just trying to do that for too long. They have no pressure the other way, no ozone time. The Edmonton players are too good. McDavid and Draisaitl out there every other shift. You just can't contain them. And that what we saw from Edmonton is what I've kind of been waiting to see for the whole series is the previous seasons. Edmonton would go in against LA and they had this confidence, this swagger. They were the better team. The games went 7-6-5 throughout the series, but Edmonton was always the power play threat. Every time there was a penalty called, it was almost an automatic goal, and LA was kind of hanging on for dear life. And then all of a sudden at the start of this series, pre-series, they were talking about LA being more prepared, better built for this situation. And then you watch game one, minus the comeback, you watch game two, and it was LA that was the confident team. They were the ones that were going out there and walking all over Edmonton and making it look like they were the favorites. They were the confident ones. And it was worrisome for Oilers fans to watch that because they were getting dominated. They were forcing stuff, ugly mistakes. LA was snapping it around. The penalty kill for Edmonton was horrific. Still not entirely sure if that's fixed completely, but at least they got some kills last game. But now finally we got a little bit with the comeback in game three. But that third period in overtime, that was a different Oilers hockey team. And they need to find a way to do that all the time. And obviously, LA is not going to sit back in an 0-5 at puck drop. And maybe they might not after. But I just thought the jump and the aggressiveness from Edmonton, especially in overtime, they're go. But when LA came in and tried to cross the blue line, tried to do anything on the rush, all of a sudden Edmonton was pressuring. They were aggressive. They were cutting everything off. LA didn't have the opportunity to come across the line, make a drop pass, snap one across, and have a shot coming downhill. Edmonton gave them nothing. And that energy and jump, wherever that came from, needs to be from the start of the game. Don't wait till you're down 2 goals.
Walk us through your assessment of the 3 goalies you've seen in this series and maybe what lies ahead. That was a big decision for the Oilers to switch. Maybe not a difficult one, I suppose, when you look at the body of work through, 5-ish periods, but given your background, what have you made of the goalies?
You know what? Before the series, I said in my mind, I was like, it would take so much for me to go to Pickard here, and that's nothing against Pickard, but I just truly believe that if Edmonton wants to win a Stanley Cup, that Stuart Skinner's got to take them there. After 2 games with just the talk around, obviously Skinner, he hadn't played well. He led in 11 goals in 2 games, but you go back through the 2 games, is like, what is he going to do? Like, you can start picking it apart and being like, maybe you could have saved that one. Maybe you could have saved that one. Of course, you need some saves sprinkled in here and there, but the way the Oilers were playing, I mean, they weren't giving up shots. They're just giving up grade A's. So he's standing back there and just bad turnovers and everything. And it didn't really matter who was in the net at that point. But leading into the playoffs, all this talk about the Oilers goaltending, that pressure's there, and everybody was just ready to explode on him. So going into game 3, I got asked after game 2, it's like you almost have to go to Pickard because the way the guys are playing in front of them, and every single goal that goes in is like Skinner sucks and everybody blows up, and they needed something. They needed some boost. And the thing with Skinner is he's very stiff and positional when he plays. So you don't get a lot of like exciting plays and exciting saves. And Pix is awesome, and he does what he does. He plays the way he is. He's a puck stopper. He's a little bit of street hockey in him, but he battles. His teammates love him, and so you're going to get exciting saves out of him that maybe don't need to be exciting, but they're going to be. And for whatever reason, the Oilers just needed a boost. The fans needed a boost. It's like a big save here or there and get going. And you watch the guys, the way they play in front of them, they play confidently in front of them. Some people might hold their breath a little bit when some shots come in, but it certainly doesn't seem like the guys in front of them do. So at that point, I think it was important that they needed to make a change just purely for a boost to the team in front of them.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.